Hello everyone in SAAM community. I'm here in Finland enjoying a rather sunny day, and Heidi was asking me to tell you something about Finnish education system and especially about the vocational education. So I take a few slides to show you how the education is run here in Finland. Okay, I will share my screen from there over there. I hope you see the screen. So this is a rather new publication from our Finnish National Agency of Education. It's published in 2020 and it's updated to this year, so it's very current. And Finland in brief, if we start from there. Population is 5.5 million people. It's 18 inhabitants per square kilometer, so this is rather empty country actually. We have two official languages, Finnish and Swedish. And about 7.5% of our population is from foreign background. And education level of the working age basic education, 44% has upper secondary education, and 45% have tertiary education. And from our education system, the underlying educational understanding is based on equity. Everyone in Finland has the right to basic education, and it's free of charge for everyone. The public authorities shall guarantee for everyone equal opportunity to receive other educational services in accordance with their ability and special needs, as well as the opportunity to develop themselves without being prevented by economic hardship. So it's one of our constitutional rights to have a free education. And the education is developed in partnerships with many different kind of stakeholders, national, local authorities. Also, teachers union is working really closely on how to get education further. Social partners, parents, pupils, and students. Also, research institutions and other relevant stakeholders are involved in education. Our education system is built so that there are no dead ends in the education system. You are always able to go forward if needed or if you want to. At age from 0 to 6 years old, children go to early childhood education and care. At age 6, they go to the pre-primary education. And after that, from 7 to 15 years of age, pupils get the basic educations. After then, they normally go to the general upper secondary education or the vocational upper secondary education and training. And from both of these, you are able to go all the way to the licensed and the PhD degrees if you want to. Or after vocational upper secondary education, you can go and start working instantly. And on a working life, we have two levels of exams. It's further vocational qualification and specialist vocational qualifications. And also after these ones, you can apply to bachelor's or master's degrees, and after that to the PhD level. And what happens immediately after compulsory education? At the year 2019, 57,500 students was completing the basic education, and 54% of them went to general upper secondary school, and 40% of them went to vocational upper secondary schools. And other studies for 3.5%, and only 2.5% of the class did not continue immediately on their studies. Now this year we have a brand new law that demands all the pupils who graduate from the basic education, they have to continue in the education system. So this number will even decrease this year and on the years ahead. So I suppose this might of interest for you. We have two-tier international administration. Our funding comes from Ministry of Education and Culture, and also they run the education policy and preparation of legislation in the ministry. But Finnish National Agency for Education is responsible for national development and national core curricula and qualification requirements. And they also give support for evidence-based policy making, and they support us with the reform and development work. And also they offer services for learners and also support internationalization. Then here is maybe an interesting slide as well. Central steering in Finland is focusing on educational priorities and use minimum time allocation, and they take care of the national core curricula and also have decisions on the size of the state subsidies. And local decisions are steered so that educational priorities can be decided locally, also local curricula and allocation of subsidies, class size, recruitment, teachers' evaluation, and quality assurance is at the local level. Okay, then I think I will hop to the vocational education and training, because that was asked to be told to you. Our vocational education and training focuses on competencies and individual learner. Funding for our vocational education and training comes so that we get basic core funding from student years. So student year means that the student is with us 365 days a year. Then we get the full amount of money for the student years. Then we have performance-based funding. This means that how many qualifications and qualification units we are able to perform, or our students are able to perform. Then 15% of our funding comes from effectiveness-based funding. It means how well we do, what the working life says us, how our students are getting employed and such. And also there is a strategy funding, and it's kind of an extra special money if the education provider is making very good progress and very good development. They are able to get some extra money to develop even further. And here is the same thing in bars. So 50% of the funding is like core funding, and then we really have to work and develop our education and our system to get all these euros to our funding. Vocational education and training is very close operation with the labor market, and all the vocational studies include work-based learning periods. It depends on the curricula, how much is it, and it can be done even fully on working lives if someone is able and capable of doing that. We have very flexible learning pathways. So every student basically has his or her own way to get the education and get the knowledge of the work ahead. And also we have the possibility to go from vocational education to the higher and further education, as I stated earlier. Developing of the vocational education is that we want to improve effectiveness. That means that we really want to be flexible and want to do as much individualization as we can. We recognize and do a lot of research on the prior learning so that the student doesn't have to study the stuff he already knows. Dropout and exclusion, learning environment and youth guarantee, funding reform and work-based learning. All these take care of that everyone is getting the kind of guidance and teaching what suits him or her best. Quality improvement, we have to do local development plans. We have our own quality strategies on every studies or every study units. And all these are competence-based as well. Then these are some of the key competencies for lifelong learning that we are really taking seriously now, and we believe that these are the things that also everyone who goes through the vocational education is supposed to have in his or her toolbox. It's entrepreneurial competence, digital competence, social competence and citizenships, competence of sustainable development, cultural competence, mathematical, natural, scientific, and theoretical competence, development of competencies, and communications and interaction competence. And then adult education is part of vocational education as well, because we have the special qualifications and further special qualification degrees in VET as well. But I suppose I won't go for them. I hope if you have some questions or want to get something in more detailed please just tell Heidi and I try to help you even more. I wish you a really nice day over there and enjoy the good company of Sam family and enjoy the day.